Reddit's darkest corners. Let's ride.
Very quick.
Thanks for
The
your
first
sub,
announcement
Carney
is
in blood.
600,000 subscribers. The last video,
This channel's popping off.
500,000. Thank you to all the newcomers that are coming from Critical's channel. First of all, Charlie, thank you so much. I know I told you thank you in DMs, and by the way, guys, the fact that I spoke to
He's
Critical,
such a
like,
sweetheart. Unironically, he's such a
broken
sweetheart.
But I feel like let's just go even deeper than the surface. This video will be a little.
You don't
want
wanna go deeper than the surface on Reddit.
To help me out. r/jizzycarts.
Jizzycarts.
37 members. Oh boy, we're starting off strong with this one. Okay, r/jizzycarts. If you had to take a guess of what that even meant, go ahead, take a guess.
Alright, I bet I can nail this. I would imagine it's people doing cum tributes on old video game cartridges. I would say it's people that like, I love Ocarina of Time so much, here's the N64 cartridge. Just fucking blast it. That would be my guess.
Certain you wouldn't have guessed men ejaculating onto video game cartridges and
But I did. I fucking did.
discs for fun. Yeah.
Yep, but I did.
There's
I know these communities so fucking well. I've never heard of jizzycarts. I know this shit so well. Because there's other communities like this. Like I mentioned cum tributes. This is huge for like figurines. It's like U2s. U2s has their own cum tribute community where people will get U2s of their favorite YouTuber or whatever and they'll literally just cum on it. They'll put it in jars and shit. Yeah, it's huge. It's fucking huge. So I knew right away Jizzy carts had to be video game related. I bet most people go to like shopping carts or something of cum, but I fucking knew exactly where this was gonna go.
The main user posting these images goes
Oh,
by.
I want to read the request. What did he want? If it wasn't Donkey Kong 64, they fucked up. That's a cool cartridge. Oh, better yet, Majora's Mask. That had the holographic. Good to see a rareware game being humiliated like this. I would shoot a load on Conker's Bad Fur Day, but I'm low on money at the moment. It costs nothing to ejaculate. Unless you have to put like a quarter in like a jar at your house like for every time you sin. I don't know what you mean. I guess like he has to buy the game.
User snapped fingers. This story begins with the user claiming that they can see things that aren't actually there, like paranormal things, and that they were told by experts on Discord that they have to make a sacrifice.
Experts on Discord, huh?
In order for the interdimensional beings to leave them alone. Discord experts? Like...
That's what I said.
Flag. The things they describe
That's definitely a red flag.
Dark figures, that of Worthless 319, which we already covered on the channel, so make sure to watch that after this video. Eventually,
Wordless 319 was the video we watched. It's about the Redditor who claimed he blew his cock off to save the world with a gun. I'm pretty sure it was all a hoax. I looked into it further after the stream. I'm almost 100% sure that was all just a big, like, ooh, so edgy kind of thing. The pictures weren't even of like a dick that had been shot by a gun. It was just more of like a really deformed, weird wiener. I don't know how to describe it. But yeah, that was definitely not like a real thing. But the penectomy shit is real. There are people that do actually cut their cocks and all of that, but it wasn't that Redditor doing it.
Snapped Fingers questions the reality of there being a hell portal in the Paris catacombs and explains that they're booking a flight to put an end to this. Thus, the former limestone mine
Someone got lost
Paris
in the
became a
Paris
space
catacombs and
referred to
died.
as the catacombs. So yeah, it's a
I think
very
there's like a
good
YouTube
place
video
which you
about
can
it.
actually go visit some of it. I used to run track back when I was in junior high school. I can likely outrun any possessed people. I am excited to finally close this chapter of my life and shut that blasted portal off for good. Now, personally, I do think this person was suffering from schizophrenia. Or, I could be completely wrong, this could be someone just looking for attention. The thing with these Redditor stories...
Most likely attention when on Reddit.
We don't r/coming on figurines.
35. That's what I was just fucking talking about. This is where they'll do like U2s, Marvel figurines, all kinds of shit. I was just talking about that. Yeah, this one's kind of popular. They go kind of wild. All right.
Cum tagging, 2,000 members. Yeah, this one's just the guys splurging on objects. Men splurging on objects. I mean, that's it. There's nothing more to explain to that. We have public trash cans, airport toilet paper holders, campus bathrooms.
I actually...
Yeah.
So, I don't know about cum tagging, but I do know there was a... I don't want to give too much away about the guy. I've talked about it before. We've talked about it before on the podcast. We used to have this thing where we talk to people from the Patreon podcast, and one of the people that was a regular is a U.S. soldier, and he was on a submarine. He was on one of the nuclear subs So in between his tours, he'd come on to the hangout with us, and he'd always tell us the stories about like the people on the subs to pass time will literally just like come on things in the sub. I don't know how real that is, or if it was just like his degenerate crew or whatever, but it's apparently like super common, at least on that vessel, because he would talk about it like pretty much every time he came back. Do we have any other like submarine boys in here that can confirm or deny? What episode? No, it was like just hangouts where we just talk to people. It was a while ago. We haven't done that in a couple of years now. I heard living on those is fucking horrible. Oh, it sounds absolutely miserable. Yeah, it sounds true. I can't imagine a worse career than being on a submarine. You can't leave it. You're confined to such tight space, and apparently all your friends are just ejaculating on everything. Sounds terrible.
I found a lot of subreddits that are now archived. They don't exist anymore, right? But we have r/beating women. We have r/r-wording women.
Jesus
we have
Christ.
hate women. We have r/just r-word. I'm not gonna go through what. I mean, you guys can imagine.
Yeah, I can pretty much take a guess.
Look at the suggestions.
Oh my god, what the fuck is this? There's a thing on Reddit where like almost every sub has the same moderators. I wonder if they were mods on here. I imagine at least one or two of them were. There's only like 100 mods on all of Reddit, and they happen to mod every other subreddit on that fucking site. Like, there's some mods that are literally a power mod of 100 other different subreddits. Was that first one Tub Girl? I didn't read it.
Pissers gone wild. 1.2 thousand members. We fuck shit up. This community is for the dedicated sink pissers who want to take their game to the next level.
Fuck yeah,
Created in
finally.
2019. This is a subreddit dedicated to people peeing in sinks.
Finally, my kind of people.
Is pointless at this point. We're
my
talking
brethren.
about Reddit, and I'm sure some of them are gonna watch this. My videos get very popular now, and if I'm offending any of you, I'm sorry. I don't want any of you to fucking pull up to my house and start peeing in my sink.
True, you don't want to fuck with the sink
it's not like I have a
pissers.
piss kink or anything. I don't. I mean, imagine going to a friend's house and then thinking, "Oh boy, I can't wait to take a piss in their sink and record it for."
I'm sure everyone's pissed in a sink at least once in their life. Like, let's not mince
Make
words.
sure to leave a like, and if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe.
We've all been 2 or 3
User
Bud Lights deep,
Condor
19 years
salesman.
old,
An
and
extremely sad story.
it's
of
a little
Redditor's
wacky.
Last word. r/jailbait. The Urban Dictionary
Oh, that was a
definition
big
for
one back
jailbait
in
is
the
a
day.
female who is under the age of consent.
That shit
but
was
who dresses,
fucked.
acts, and at the time, Eric Martin,
They
Reddit's
used it at the
general
front
manager,
page
defended
almost
several
every
notorious
week.
subreddits, including jailbait, by claiming that it was one of the side effects of promoting free expression on the web. Reddit administrators took down the subreddit after a user shared a picture of an underage teenager, saying that he had nude photos of her as well, and many users were requesting, send me. Yeah, it's just pretty disgusting stuff.
Yeah, he's underselling how popular that was. Back when I first found Reddit, I would have been, what, a junior in high school? Jailbait was usually on the front page. That was a massive fucking subreddit. What year would that have been? 2011-ish? It was fucking crazy. Yeah, and that was like, for some reason on Reddit, that like was totally normal. And I remember someone made a big hoopla. I don't remember, it might have been our atheism, to be honest, because that was also huge then. Someone made like a huge hoopla, like, why the fuck are we just allowing like open pedophiles on the site, like super transparent? And they're like, no, jailbait's fine. Jailbait's good for Reddit, actually. And it was like a huge controversy when people were like, we need to get jailbait the fuck out of here. But they fought tooth and nail. That was on there for a long time. Like a really long time. Much longer than you'd expect.
Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. Don't click off yet.
I knew
wanna
almost
say
all of
something. In
those.
the community, people were saying that
He didn't even cover true cells, which is surprising.
And I just cover them in a mediocre way.
Do you guys remember true cells? That was a little bit before the big incel explosion. Wow. Most people don't seem to remember it. True cells was basically, they were the progenitor to modern incels. They had a lot of very sad dudes that would post shit like women should be kept on farms and men should be allowed to buy women to fuck them. Like really horrible stuff. Like incel shit before it became mainstream. That one was pretty wild. They had like full websites full of like hundreds of pages where people would like write some real gross shit and their weird view on the world. Oh, that was another one he didn't cover. The sounding subreddit. That actually might still be popping off. I remember the sounding subreddit was pretty wild in its infancy. There was a guy that stuck like a pretty sizable dildo in his cock hole. Of course, it wasn't like full-sized or anything, but it was still like a fucking impressive feat. Yeah, sounding is when you put things in your urethra. And there is a subreddit for it. I'm assuming it's still there. Did it hurt? I don't know, man. I'm not that guy. I would imagine it would. Yeah. I would guess.